Hello everyone, my name is Alekia. I'm from Computer Science and Engineering Department, Cybersecurity Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I'm going to explain outcome-based education, foundations of cybersecurity. The topic is foundations of cybersecurity, outcome-based education. So OBE stands for outcome-based education. Education is the process of learning, acquisition and processing. So the gaining of knowledge is nothing but education. So OBE stands for outcome based education. So what is the outcome when we learn some education, when we learn some knowledge, what is the outcome? So it will come under outcome based education. So OBE is a student centric teaching and learning methodology in which the course delivery assessment are planned to achieve stated objectives and outcomes. So when preparing the OBE, we will have some objectives and outcomes where we have to prepare. So OBE is the process where the student centric teaching. So how to teach the student and how to make them learn the methodologies. These are all come under OBE. So OBE is nothing but a student-centric teaching and learning methodology in which the course delivery, assessment are planned. It is a pre-planned system, pre-planned manner to achieve the stated objectives and outcomes. What we have stated, those have to achieve in this outcome based education. So, and it mainly focuses on student performance and outcomes at different levels. So we have different levels like L1, L2, L3, L4. So if we it focuses on student performance. It mainly focuses on the student performance, like that is outcomes at different levels. So at different levels, what is the student performance? It mainly focus OBE is mainly focusing on it, and a guide to writing and assessing learning outcomes. So it is a guide like it is a format that we have to follow to plan a course. So National Board of Accreditation gives accreditation for higher educational institutions in India. So in India, for accreditation of higher educations, so NBA will give accreditation. NBA will give the accreditation for higher educations in India. So NBA was established by AICTE in 1994. NBA was established by AICTE in 1994. AICTE is nothing but All India Council for Technical Education. AICTE is nothing but full form of AICTE is All India Council for Technical Education. So it is a national level council for reading the growth of technical knowledge in youth in India. So NBA was established by AICTE. AICTE is a national council technical education. So it was established in 1994. And NBA has full membership in Washington Accord since 2011. From 2011 onwards, NBA has got the membership in Washington Accord. So what are the classifications? Classifications in higher education institutions, let us see. So higher educational institutions of institution classification. So all IITs, NITs, central universities and state university and autonomous institutions, these are all come under Tier 1. So all IITs, NITs and central universities, state universities and autonomous universities. The universities these are all come under Tier 1. The Type 1, the classifications will be Tier 1 and Tier 2. First, we'll have IITs, NITs, central universities. These are all come under Tier 1. And all affiliated colleges of universities. The colleges they are affiliated, they are all come under Tier 2. So next, Bloom's taxonomy. So using this Bloom's taxonomy only we'll plan the course We'll make COs and POs, mapping, accreditation, all can be done using this Bloom's taxonomy. So Bloom's taxonomy, it's a global language for education. So all institutions, all the course coordinators have to follow this Bloom's taxonomy. It is a global language for education. So if every student, every teacher have to learn everything in the course, so that he by using this Bloom's taxonomy, he or she can prepare the format. It is frequently used by teachers in writing the course outcomes. So by using this Bloom's taxonomy only, the teacher can write the course outcomes. So in Bloom's taxonomy, it is a ready-made structure. The structure is ready-made. Based on this structure, we will write the course outcomes and POs, COs and all. And all the list of action verbs. The action verbs, what are the actions done in the course? What are the things going on? All this can be list of verbs. What are the verbs in the, so using these verbs we will write the COs, POs and mapping and all. And prose. In prose, student do not forget in class how ends. The student do not forget in class. And retaining and applying of information. He'll gain the information and apply in different fields. So what are the levels of Bloom's taxonomy? Let us see. So in Bloom's taxonomy, we have 6 levels: remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate and create. Remember laws. In remember, we will get like laws, roles and rules. What are the rules? These are all can be remembered, and it will come under the first remember, recognizing and recalling facts. What are the facts we can recognize and recall? We can remember. Remember is recalling and recalling facts. Recognizing and recalling facts. Understanding the facts. Understanding what are the facts. You have to understand. In understand, it will come like concepts and technologies. These are all come under understand. And in apply, the technologies what are used. So where we have, in which field we have to apply, these are all come under apply. Applying the facts, rules, concepts and ideas, these are all come under apply. So applying something to some field is come under apply. And analyze is breaking down information into component parts. So breaking down information into component parts, this come under analyze. So if you have a concept, if we break down into parts, it will come under analyze. So analyzing by using making it some parts. And evaluate is nothing but judging the values of information and ideas. Judging means if it is correct or not, if it is true or false, these are all come under evaluate. Create is nothing but creating something from existing one. So combine parts to make a new whole, like combining parts, combining different fields to make some new whole is nothing but create. So these are all come under Bloom's taxonomy levels. Bloom's taxonomy levels have 6 levels like remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate and create. And next, Bloom's taxonomy. It is a table of Bloom's taxonomy where the levels, remember, it is the first level, second level understand, third level apply, fourth level analyze, fifth level evaluate, sixth level create. So these are all come under Bloom's taxonomy. So these are the action verbs. These are the action verbs. These are all action verbs. In first, remember. Remember means we have already said that recognizing and recalling facts. So like that, in this we'll have verbs like connected to this like choose, define, find, finding something, how it came, label, list out, match, name, omit, recall, retake and select, show, spell, tell and what, when, where, who, which, why. These are all come under remember. So remembering something and recalling the facts is come under remember. It is the first level of Bloom's taxonomy. And coming to second level, understand. Understanding means understanding something like concepts, basics, or like that. So in understand, we have the action verbs like classify, compare, contrast, demonstrate, explain, explaining something, extend, illustrate, infer, interpret, outline, relate, rephrase, phrasing something again and again, show, summarize, translate. These are all come under second level understand. So in third, we'll have apply. Apply means applying the technology to some fields, to some areas. In this, the action verbs are apply, build, choose, construct, develop, experiment with, identify, interview, make use of, model, organize, plan, select, solve, and utilize. And these are all come under apply, third level of Bloom's taxonomy. In fourth level, analyze. Analyze means nothing but analyzing, making it into parts. So breaking down information into parts is come under analyze. Analyze. In analyze, the action verbs are analyze, assume, categorize, classify, compare, conclusion, contrast, discover, dissect, distinguish, divide, examine, function, interface, list, motive, relationship, specify, survey, take part of, test for, theme. These are all come under analyze, fourth level of Bloom's taxonomy. And coming to fifth level, evaluate. Evaluate, evaluate is nothing but evaluating something. So here see, judging the values of information or ideas. So it is the correct information or not. So it is true or false. This come under evaluate. So in evaluate, the action verbs are agree, appraise, assess, assesses, award, choose, compare, conclude, criteria, criticize, decide, deduct, defend, determine, disprove, estimate, evaluate, explain. Importance, influence, interpret, judge, justify, mark, measure, opinion, perceive, prioritize, prove something right or wrong, like that, rate, rating, recommend, rule on, select, support, value. These action verbs come under evaluate. And next, last one, create. Sixth Bloom's taxonomy is create. So in create, it is like creating something which is from taking the parts of different things and making a new whole is nothing but a create. So in create, we have adapt, build, change, choose, combine, compile, compose, construct, create, delete, design, develop, discuss, elaborate, estimate, formulate, happen, imagine, improve, invent, make up, maximize, minimize, modify, original, orient, plan, predict, propose, solution, solve, support, test, and theory. So these are all come under sixth Bloom's taxonomy, create. So coming to next one, what is the main importance of OBE? So why it is very important? So here let us see. OBE is a process that involves the restructuring of curriculum, assessment, reporting practices in education to reflect the achievement of higher order learning and mastery rather than the accumulation of course credits. So it is the process like we have to reconstruct the course again and again curriculum assessment. So what are the course assessment and reporting practices. So in practices, what are the reports? These are all come under OBE. So institute can bring changes to the curriculum by dramatically adapting the requirements of the different stakeholders. So stakeholders is nothing but students, parents, industry nominees, recruiters. These are all stakeholders. So institute can bring changes for every time the institute can change the curriculum by dramatically adapting the requirements. By adapting the requirements, adapting the requirements for the different stakeholders. So OB is all about outcome and feedback. So it is main important. OB is all about outcome and feedback. Outcome and feedback means what is the feedback of the students and what is the outcome when he learned the course. These come under OBE, outcome based education. So what are the levels of outcomes from OBE? Levels of outcomes means what are the outcomes at different areas. So there are 4 levels of outcomes. First one, program educational objectives, PEOs. These are all PEOs. And program outcomes, PEOs. And program specific outcomes, PSOs. And course outcomes, COs. So program educational outcomes means if we completed any education, what is the outcome of the student. And program outcome, if we started any program and what is the outcome of the program. So in that, what are the specific outcomes come under PSOs. And if we learned a course and what are the course outcomes, these come under course outcomes. So why OBE? Why we need OBE really? So by using OBE, we'll have international recognition and global employment opportunities. So by using OBE, if we prepare a course using OBE, we'll have international recognition and global employment opportunities. So in globally, we'll have so many opportunities regarding the employment and more employable and innovative graduates with professional and soft skills, social responsibility and ethics. By learning OBE, more employable, innovative graduates. So the graduates will come with innovative ideas and they'll have professional knowledge and soft skills, social responsibility, and they will gain some ethics knowledge. And next, better visibility and reputation of the technical institution amongst stakeholders. So we know the stakeholders are nothing but parents, students, and institutional organizations like that. So better visibility and reputation of the technical institution among stakeholders. For stakeholders, it will be better for visibility and reputation. Better visibility for the stakeholders and improving the commitment and involvement of all the stakeholders. So the improving the commitment for the stakeholder. By using this, the stakeholder will commit and he will involve in the involvement, improving the commitment and involvement of the stakeholders. Next, enabling graduates to excel in their professional and accomplish greater heights in their career. So enabling graduates, if we completed the graduation, the graduate who completed the program, he will excel in their profession and accomplish greater higher educations. In their higher educations also they'll gain knowledge. And preparing graduates for the leadership positions and challenging them and making them aware of opportunities in the technical development. So by using this, the students, the graduates will gain knowledge, like they will gain preparing graduates for the leadership positions. So for leadership positions, the graduates were prepared and challenging them and making them aware of opportunities. So it will make the graduates to know what are the it will know what are the opportunities in technical development, and he will guide himself what is best for him. So what are the benefits of OBE for faculty? So for faculty, what are the benefits? It will have mainly 3 benefits, like create and innovate, teaching, less pressure, they can learn an individual thinking and vision. So by using the benefits of OBE is, so he will create and innovate teaching. So creative and innovative teaching is nothing but different from others. Different from others, he will by if we have the complete knowledge, the outcome will be very efficient and less pressure. By using this OBE process, by using Bloom's taxonomy, uh, uh, he will have the less pressure based on the structure. They can learn an innovative thinking and vision. The thinking also change because of this structure. So OBE framework. Let us see what is OBE framework. OBE framework is nothing but what is the process going on inside in OBE. Okay, we'll have outcomes and assessment evaluation. So in outcomes, we'll have vision, mission, GA, PEOs, POs, PSOs, and from this COs, Bloom's taxonomy. And institution will prepare what is the vision, mission, and GA, and program in charges will prepare PEOs, POs, and PSOs, and course in charges will prepare COs and Bloom's taxonomy, using Bloom's taxonomy. So these are all used for course planning and delivery. Delivery for the student. In this, we'll have syllabus, teaching methods, learning activities, assessment tasks. So for mainly preparing this, for preparing syllabus, course planning and delivery, every in charge will prepare this. For for institution, vision, mission, and GA will be prepared, and PEOs, POs, PSOs are prepared by program in charges, and course in charges will prepare course outcomes using Bloom's taxonomy. So in assessment evaluation, assessment evaluation is like validation of the everything, like institutional assessments. In institution, we'll have institutional assessments for program assessment, program outcome attainment. And in course assessment and course outcome attainment. These will be improved again and it will come to outcomes. So like this, the process will be a circular process. It will again improve and come to outcomes. And again the outcomes will be prepared by course planning and delivery, and again it will go to assessment evaluation. It is a framework of OBE. So what is the mission? What is the vision and mission? Let us see what is the vision and mission. So vision to bring forth professionally competent and socially sensitive engineers capable of working across cultures, meeting the global standards ethically. So vision is nothing but making the graduates professionally and make them stand for globally and ethically, so that they can capable of working across different cultures, different areas. So using this, if a graduate followed this vision, so he can work anywhere in the globe. So vision is to bring forth professionality, competent and socially sensible engineers capable of working across cultures, meeting the global standards ethically. So global standards ethically means what are the global standards? He will understand what are the global standards. He will follow it. So mission. So coming to mission, to provide students with an extensive and exceptional education that prepares them to excel in their profession. So it will make the student mission is nothing but provide the students with extensive and exceptional education so that the student will prepare them to excel in their profession. By using this, the student will in his or her profession, he will excel. It will be guided by dynamically intellectual community and be able to face the technically complex world with creative leadership qualities. So by using this, the graduate will gain the graduate will gain the leadership qualities. Mission is nothing but to provide students with an extensive and exceptional education that prepares them to excel in their profession, guided by it will be guided by dynamic intellectual community and be able to face the technically complex world with creative leadership qualities. Further be instrumental in emanating new knowledge through innovative research that embodies entrepreneurship and economic development for the benefit of widespread community. So in this communities in this widespread community, the new knowledge will give the research for innovative research that embodies entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is nothing but own businesses and economic development for the benefit of widespread. So next, what are PEOs? PEOs are nothing but program educational objectives. Program educational objectives. So what is program educational objectives? Let us see. So program educational objectives should be defined by head of the department in consultation with the faculty members. So PEOs are defined by the head of the department. In every department, you have a head of the department. So he will prepare the PEOs, program educational objectives, and with the faculty members. By consulting the faculty members, the PEOs will be prepared. And PEOs are a promise by the department. PEO is the promise by the department to the apprising students about what they will achieve once they join the program. It is the promise for the students that he will gain this knowledge. What are the PEOs? He will gain the knowledge. So it is the promise by the department to the students. And PEOs are all about professional and career accomplishment after 4 to 5 years of graduation. So PEOs are all about professional and career accomplish after 4 to 5 years. So after 4 to 5 years, the course completion. So what are the outcomes? These are all come under PEOs. So PEOs can be written from different perspectives like career, technical, competency and behavior. So PEOs, they can written by using this career, technical, competency and behavior. And in PEOs, do not use the technical terms as it will be read by prospective students who wants to join the program. So if program in PEOs, they do not use technical terms because it will be read by the students who wants to join the program. So there are 5 PEOs are recommended. Let us see what are the 5 PEOs. So program outcomes. So let us see what are program outcomes. The program outcomes is broad in scope and be able to do at the end of the program. So at the end of the program, what are the outcomes of the program? So PEOs are to be in line. The PEOs are to be in line with the graduate attributes as specified in the Washington Accord. In Washington Accord, what is specified? Like that, only PEOs are to be in a line with the graduate attributes. So PEOs are to be specific, measurable and achievable. So POs are to be specific. They are specific. They can be measured and they can be achievable. So like that only POs are prepared. So NBA has 12 POs and it is common for all the institutions in India. So in India wise only NBA has defined 12 POs. NBA has defined 12 POs all over the India. Every institution should follow those 12 POs only. So let us see what are the POs one by one. So PO1 is engineering education. So engineering education, applying knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals and engineering specifications to the solution of complex engineering problems. So engineering knowledge is nothing but apply knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals. So applying some knowledge of these subjects, these areas and in engineering specialization to the solution of complex engineering problems. So the problems which are very complex, which are not to be solved by any others, will be solved by using this engineering knowledge. So it will come under program outcome 1. So next, program analysis. Program analysis in this will identify, formulate, research, literature and analyze complex engineering problems, reaching sustained conclusions using first principles of mathematics, natural sciences and engineering sciences. So using principles of mathematics, natural sciences and engineering sciences, will identify, formulate, research, literature. It will all come under program analysis. We'll analyze the problem. We will analyze the problem and we'll identify or we'll format for the solution to the problem. So it will come under program outcome 2, problem analysis. And next, design and development of solutions. So design and development of solutions is designing something which is designed to solve a problem. Design solutions for complex engineering problems and design system components or processes that meet specific needs with appropriate consideration for public health, safety, culture, societal and environmental considerations. So design and development of solutions is nothing but designing a system, designing a process which is used to solve the complex problems. So designing and development of solutions will come under program outcome 3. So next, program outcome 4. Program outcome 4 is conduct investigations of complex problems. So investigation is nothing but why the problem came. So to search up the solution, will investigate. So conduct investigations of complex problems. In this, use research based knowledge and research methods including design of experiments, analysis and interpretation of data and synthesis of information to provide valid conclusions. So using research based knowledge. So based on the knowledge of the research, we'll investigate we'll investigate and we'll do experiments including design of experiments, analysis and interpretation of data. The data should be experimentized and analyzed and interpreted in PO4, and synthesis of information to provide valid conclusions. So what is the conclusion of the problem? What is the conclusion for the solution? It can be done in program outcome 4. Program outcome 5. In program outcome 5, we'll have modern tool usage. So what are the tools used to solve a solution? Like it will create, select or apply appropriate techniques. We'll have some techniques, resources and modern engineering and IT tools including prediction and modeling to complex engineering activities with an understanding of limitations. So making complex engineering activities, understanding of limitations. So what are the limitations we have to understand and what are the complex engineering activities. we'll have to maintain. So using this modern tool usage. So in this, create, select and apply appropriate techniques, resources and modern engineering and IT tools. So these all come under including prediction and modeling to complex engineering activities. So these are all come under modern tool usage. So it will be program outcome 5. So next, coming to program outcome 6, the engineering and society. The engineer and the society. The engineer is nothing but the person who is completed the course, completed the program. He will be a graduate who is an engineer. And society. So how is related to society? PO6, and applying reasoning information by contextual knowledge to assess societal, health, safety and legal and cultural issues and the consequent responsibilities relevant to professional engineering practice. So what are the professional engineering practices? He will apply reasoning information by using contextual data. The data which is in contextual, he will apply the information to assess societal health, legal and cultural issues. So next, PO7. PO7 is environmental and sustainability. So in this, understand the impact of professional engineering solutions in societal and environmental context and demonstrate knowledge and need of sustainable development. So what is the development needed? What are the things, what is the development needed? And we have to understand the professional engineering solutions. So how the solutions came, these are all come under environmental and sustainability. Ethics. Ethics, in this name itself, we can understand that we have to follow everyone have to follow some ethics which are given. Apply ethical principles and commit to professional ethics and responsibilities and norms of engineering practice. So we have to apply every ethical principles. So here, solving the problem should be with some ethics. So applying ethical principles and commit to professional ethics and responsibilities and norms of engineering practice. This come under ethics. PO8, program outcomes. So next, PO9, individual and teamwork. Individual and teamwork is nothing but, individual is the person who can work with him. Individual and teamwork. In this, function efficiency as an individual and as a member or a leader in a diverse terms and in multidisciplinary settings. So individual and teamwork is nothing but function efficiency. What are the efficiency of a function as an individual or a group? So if or individual or a group as a member or a leader in diverse terms and in multidisciplinary settings. So next, communication. Communicate effectively on complex engineering activities with an engineering community and the society at large, such as being able to compressed and write effective reports and design documentation, make effective presentations and give and receive clear instructions. So communication is nothing but transferring the information effectively, make effective presentations, and here communicate effectively on complex engineering activities. The graduate have to communicate communicate effectively on complex engineering activities with engineering community and society at large. So it is PO10. And next, PO11. PO11 means in this, project management and finance. So project management and finance demonstrate knowledge and understanding of engineering and management principles and apply these to one's own task as a member and in a team to manage projects and multidisciplinary environments. So project management and finance. So it will demonstrate knowledge. So it will demonstrate knowledge and understanding of engineering and management principles. So it will make you understand. It will make you understand of what are the management principles, and we have to apply it for its to its own work, or as a member, or in a relation and leader in a team, to manage projects and in a multidisciplinary environments. So next, lifelong learning. Lifelong learning, in the name itself we can see that lifelong learning recognize the need for and have the preparation and ability to engage independent and lifelong learning in broadcast context of technical change. So every time the technology changes, so PO2 is for lifelong learning. So it will recognize the need and have the preparation and ability to engage in independent and lifelong learnings in the broadcast of technical change. So next, course outcomes and program outcomes. So articulation matrix. So it is the articulation matrix. So let us see how it will be. So in this we'll have technical and non-technical terms. In POs for 12 POs, what are the active action verbs applied, and what are Bloom's level for POs and Bloom's level for COs. So in POs, in technical we'll have PO1, PO2, PO3, PO4, PO5. So these are all technical types, and in this the action verbs are apply, identify, formulate, review, design, develop, analyze, interpret, design, create, select, apply. So in Bloom's level for POs, the levels are for apply L3, for identify L2, for formulate L6, for review L2, for design L6, develop L3 and L6, analyze L4, interpret L2 and L3, design L6, create L6, select L1, L2 and L3, apply L3. So for this Bloom's level for COs, Bloom's L1 and L2 for theory courses. For theory courses we will use L1 and L4. And Bloom's L1 to L4 we will use theory courses, and L1 to L5 we will use laboratory courses. So laboratory courses will come under L1 to L5. And Bloom's L1 to L6 for mini project and major projects. So from L1 to L6 for L1 to L6 we'll have mini projects and major projects. So thumb rule, we'll see what is the thumb rule. So Bloom's L1 verb for CO correlates to PO6 to PO12, then assign 1. So if Bloom's L1 verb, so Bloom's L1 verb, if it correlates to PO6 to PO7, then we have to assign 1. In Bloom's L2 to L3, verb of co-correlates to PO6 to PO12, then assign to 2. So we'll have assign to 2 if the Bloom's level is L1 to L3, verb of correlates to PO6 to PO12. So in Bloom's L4 to L6, the verb of co-correlates to PO6 to PO12, then assign 3. So this is the thumb rule. So next, what are the program outcomes? So in program outcomes, in the case of BTech, CSE, we have 4 POs. We'll have 4 POs. What are the POs? We'll see. So PO1 is nothing but engineering knowledge. Engineering knowledge in PO1, applying the knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering, fundamentals and in engineering specialization to the solution to complex engineering problems. So engineering knowledge will come under PO1, and next PO2, identify, formulate, review, research literature and analysis complex engineering problems, researching, sustaining conclusions using first principles of mathematics, natural sciences and engineering sciences. So these will come under PO2. So PO4, PO4 will have research based knowledge. It will use research based knowledge and research methods, including designs of experiments, analysis and interpretation of data, and synthesis of information to provide valid conclusions. So next, PO5. So in this PO5, it will create, select and apply appropriate techniques, processes and modern engineering and IT tools, including prediction and modeling to complex engineering activities with an understanding of limitations. So it will come under PO5. So what are the program specific outcomes of CSE? Let us see. So in PSO, program specific outcomes are the statements that describe what graduates of specific engineering program like CSE, IT, mechanical, any department. So specific engineering program should be able to do. Okay, PSO, program specific outcomes are the statements that describe what the graduates of a specific engineering program should be able to do. So it is called program specific outcomes. So PS was written for the Department of Computer Science and Engineering is given below. So PSO. In PSO 1, understand, analyze and design and analyze computer programs in the areas related to algorithms, system software, web design, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning and networking. So computer programs in areas like the algorithms, system software, web design, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, they should be understand, they should be designed and they should be analyzed by computer programs. And next, PSO2. In PSO2, it will focus on mainly software reliability, network security or information retrieval systems. The areas like the PSO in program specific outcomes too, it mainly focus on improving the software reliability. The reliability of the software should be improved, and it mainly focusing on the areas like network security, information retrieval systems. And next, coming to PSO3. And PSO3 will have what is make use of modern computer tools for creating innovative career paths to be an entrepreneur and design for higher studies. It is a plan for the engineering student to make use of modern computer tools for creating innovative career paths. So it will come under PSO, program specific outcome 3. Next, what is COs? Let's see what is COs. CO is nothing but outcome, refers to the expectations kept from student at the end of the course. So at the end of the course, what are the student expected to be achieved by using these course outcomes? At the end of the course, many teachers take a test to determine what the student has learned from the course syllabus. So at the end of the course, many teachers take a test. They will take a test to determine what is the students has learned from the course syllabus. So when writing outcomes, it is helpful to verbs. It is helpful to verbs that are measurable or that describe an observation action. When writing an outcomes, it is helpful for the teachers to use verbs that are measurable, so they can be measured or described or observable action. So a verb that describes an observation action. So a verb will describe the observation action, and next a description of the conditions under which the action takes place. So there will be a description of the conditions. So it will take the action takes place. Suppose when given X, students will be able to. Suppose when given X, the students will be able to. What is the student have to done? Like that, the acceptable performance level. So let us see some formula like student behavior be able to plus behavior plus resulting evidence. So what is the student be able to? What is the student can do? And what is the student behavior? And what is the result? These are all come under COs. So CO will be done by using this. Student should be able to, what is the student can do, what is the student behavior, and what is the outcome. So upon completion of the course, students will be able to, like knowledge, concept, rule, or skill you expect them to acquire, by how will they apply the knowledge or skill, or how will they assess is the learning. Okay. Next, what are characteristics of effective course outcomes? So let us see what are the characteristics of COs. So first, it will describe what the students to learn in your course. So in your course, what is the student have to learn, it will be described in CO. COs are aligned with program goals and objectives. So program goals and objectives are aligned in the COs itself. So tell how you will know an instrumental goal has been achieved. So COs are used to tell the student that how you can achieve the instrumental goals. So you use action verbs that specify definite observable behaviors. So using action verbs will specify definite observable behaviors. And course outcomes are assembled through one or more indicators. So it will assemble with one or more indicators like papers, quizzes, projects, presentations, journals, portfolios, etc. So they are all realistic and achievable. So COs are like they are very real and they can be achievable by the students. And it will use simple language. In COs, we'll use very simple language which is understood by anyone. So we'll see what are the COs in cybersecurity course. So in first CO, extend basic cybersecurity concepts to overcome the cyber attacks. So what are the concepts we have to learn to safeguard us from cyber attacks? It will come under CO1. And using Bloom's taxonomy level, it will be under understand. Understand means we have to understand the concepts of the cyber security. Next, CO2, demonstrate CIA triad to help people think about various parts of IT security. So it will, by using Bloom's taxonomy level, it will also come under understand. Understand means why it is understand means in CIA triad it is the security measures that have to be understandable and understandable to safeguard us from cyber security attacks, and it will be at various parts of the IT security. And next, classify various types of cyber attacks to identify specific dangers in cyber security. So in cyber security, what are the attacks has been done, what are the type of attacks, we have to understand them. So by using Bloom's taxonomy, it will be come under understand. Next, CO4 define cybersecurity regulations and roles of international law to reduce cybersecurity risks. So what are the rules and regulations for the cybersecurity for international law? So they can be remembered. So by using Bloom's taxonomy level, they can be remembered and define cybersecurity regulations and roles. So they can be defined so that it will come under remember. And CO5 is illustrate cyberspace and explain the regulations to offer reliable legal inclusiveness to facilitate registration of real-time records with the government. So in cyber, it will come under understand, because we have to understand what is cyberspace mean and what are the regulations. So we have to understand this, because so that it will come under understand. CO6 relate forensic investigation and challenges in cyber forensics together and preserve evidence. So forensic investigation, it have to be understand. It have to be understand, so that it will come under, by using Bloom's taxonomy, it will come under understand. So next CO7, list out various organizational policies, organizational security policies and measures. So these can be remembered. So they have to be remembered, so that by using Bloom's taxonomy, it is come under remember. List out various organizational security policies and measures in mobile computing era to cyber security issues in the mobile computing domain. It will come under remember. So next CO8, illustrate the cost of cyber crimes and IPR issues to detect and recover a very large percent of internal costs. So what is cost? What is the cost of cyber crimes and IPR issues? What are the cost means? What is the effects we are facing using cyber crimes? This will come. This have to be understand. So it will come under understand by using Bloom's taxonomy level. So next CO9. So CO9 utilize briefly about the cybercrime examples, many cases examples to know the real world cases. It have to be applied. So what are the different attacks? What are the type of attacks we have to specify, and we have to see what type of crime has been done. So it will come under apply. So course outcomes and program outcomes and course articulation matrix, how it can be done, let us see. Course outcomes and program outcomes, course articulation matrix mapping. So course articulation matrix shows the educational relationship between COs and POs. So what is the relationship between the course outcomes and program outcomes? It can be done by using course articulation matrix. So next level of learning achieved. So what are the levels achieved? What are the type of levels achieved? This will come under COs. The matrix can be used for course and evaluate a course syllabus. To evaluate the course syllabus, we have to use this matrix. So this is all using how to do the matrix CO PO mappings. And see, this table gives the information about the action verbs used in the POs and the nature of POs, and stating whether the POs are the technical or non-technical. Let us see. So understand the POs. We have to understand the POs, and next we have to write the COs, and next we have to map the COs and POs, and we have to evaluate using description. So in description, we have to evaluate how CO POs are mapped. Every CO PO mapping has one justification. So it may be a high, medium or low. Next, method for articulation. So what is the method for articulation? Let us see. First one, identify the key competencies. So what are the key competencies for each POs? So each POs or PSOs so let us see. Identify the key competencies of POs or PSOs to each CO and make a corresponding mapping table and assign mark. Here mark has been given for CO PO mapping. Mark to the corresponding cell. If the CO and PO are mapped, so the corresponding cell has been marked. One observation to be noted is the first 5 POs. So one observation be noted for the first 5 POs under purely of technical in nature, while the other POs are non-technical. So next one, justify. So we have to justify CO PO mapping or CO PSO program specific objectives mapping. Justify them for each tick mark, like for each cell, for each justification we have to write the justification statement and recognize the number of virtual features mentioned. So what are the virtual features mentioned? They have to be mentioned in the justification statement. Given key attributes for assessing program outcomes. Use a combination of words found in COs, POs, PSOs. So what are the combination of words? What are the combination of words found? They have to be specified. and course syllabus for writing the justification. So what is the course syllabus for justification? They have to be given. Make a table. We have to make a table with number of competencies for COPOs mapping with reference with maximum given key attributions, given outcomes, given program outcomes. So next we have to make a table, another table. It is one table and this is one table. Make a table with percentage of key competencies for COs and POs or PSOs mapping with reference with maximum given key attributes for assessing program outcomes. So every POs has some key competencies. So how many competencies are matching for each justification has to be specified. And finally, course articulation matrix. For course articulation matrix is prepared with COs and POs and POs and COs and PSOs with a scale of 0 to 3. So from 0 to 3, how many POs and COs are done? Being no correlation marked with. So there is no correlation marked with. 1 being low or slight correlation, 2 being medium or moderate correlation, and 3 is sustainable or high correlation based on the following strategy. So let us see. So from 0 to 5% there will be no correlation. From 2 to 40%, from 5% to 40% it will be light or slow. From 40 to 60% it will be moderate, and from 60 to 100% it will be high. So next one, identify key competencies for POs to each CO. So we will see what are the identification of key competencies for each PO and CO. See here PO CO mapping. We know that PO1 means engineering education, and here CO1. Here CO1 means extend basic engineering cyber security concepts. So it will come under understand. So CO PO mapping is done for this. Like that CO PO2 CO2 PO1, CO3 PO1, CO4 PO1, like that all COs, like that the mapping is done. So PO PSOs also, every PSO is every PSO is mapped with the COs what are justified. These are all justified PSOs and these are all justified POs CO mappings. So justification, let us see what is the justification. Justification for mapping, it will be understood by the students very easily. So CO1 PO1. So what is CO1? CO1 is extend basic cyber security concepts to overcome cyber attacks. So let us see what is PO1. So PO1 is apply the knowledge of engineering, mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals and engineering specification to the solution of complex engineering problems. So here we have to gain the knowledge of we have to gain the knowledge of some solution to complex engineering problems. It might be it might be like some others, like engineering specifications. It will come under PO1. Next, so PO1 and PO3. PO1 and PO3, PO6, these are all come under course outcome 2. So number of key competencies for PO1 is 1 for CO1, and number of key competencies for PO1 for CO2 is 1. Number of key competencies for PO3 for CO2 is 2. And number of key competencies for PO6 for CO2 is 2. And next number of key competencies for PO1 for CO2 is 1. And number of key competencies for PO2 for CO3 is 1. Number of key competencies for PO1 for CO4 is 1. And number of key competencies for PO8 for CO4 is 3. So like that, number of key competencies for PO1 to for CO5 is 3. It will have complete 3. And for number of key competencies for PO8 for CO5 is 1. And number of key competencies for PO1 for CO6 is 1. Number of key competencies for PO3 to CO6 is 1. Number of key competencies for PO1 to CO7 is 1. And number of key competencies for PO8 to CO7 is 1. Number of key competencies for PO1 to CO8 is 1. And number of key competencies for PO8 to CO9 is 1. So like that. So let us see what is number of key competencies for co-mapping and its percentage. So how the percentage is done. So percentage is done by program outcomes to the number of key competencies. So the number of key competencies, what are the program outcomes? So let us see. For COPO1, we have 3 key competencies. In this, we'll have the percentage is 33.3. Like that, it will all come. In CO5, we'll have complete 3 key competencies. So it will be 100%. And next PO2, it will have 10 key competencies, and PO3 10, PO4 11 key competencies, PO5 only 1 key competency, PO6 5 key competencies, PO7 3 key competencies, PO8 3 key competencies, PO9 12, PO10 5, PO11 12, PO7 12. So like that, for each one there will be some key competencies. So how many key competencies are matched? So what is the percentage of each key competency is given here. So for 3 key competencies, we'll have only one key competency, so the percentage will be 33.3, like that. So these are all done like that. In PSO1 we'll have only one key competency, and PSO2 will have 3 key competencies, and PSO3 will have 2 key competencies. So next one, course articulation matrix for CO-PO mapping. So this is the mapping of course articulation. We have already seen for 0 to C it will be 5%, for 1 to C it will be 40%, for 40 to 60 it will be moderate, for 60 to 100 it will be sustained or high. So what are the advantages of assessing slows? So it will help department understand how to better facilitate student learning. So it will make the faculty to learn student to better learning of the student. It will provide departments with feedback. So it will give the feedback so that the improvement will be done again and again. It will provide departments with feedback. Example, are your services providing what they are supported to beyond customer satisfaction? So the customer is nothing but the student. What skills are student learning? So what are the skills students are learning? So, and next advantage is it will enable students to articulate what they are learning. So it will enable the student to articulate what they are learning and have learned from attending the colleges inside and outside of the classroom. It will help students be able to explain what they can do and what they know. It will enable students to better understand. It will enable students to better understand where they can go to learn particular knowledge, skills, attributes or values. Ultimately, will provide student. It will like a map of various learning opportunities. It will be available. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.